Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our Lunch and Learn today. We want to invite our friend and guest today, Kent Bay. He's here. We're going to be talking about growing peace and love today. And just to kind of give you a little bit of a background about Kent, is a military veteran and works with the Project Love Coalition. It's a veteran-led coalition, and he, in addition to that, is a climate reality leader, and also runs the Peace and Friendship Farm. So he is a veteran of the U.S. military and a comprehensive advocate for sustainable future ecosystems, and a social and community engagement specialist. And his goal is to create diverse partnerships and veteran-led community development initiatives that provide technical knowledge in the areas of agriculture, farming, ranching, and conservation. And so thank you so much for joining us today, Kent. And I know where are you joining us from today?
Currently in Asia, so I'll be here for a couple more weeks, and then I'll be headed back to the United States.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah. And if folks have questions for Kent, I just want to remind people you can go ahead and put those questions in the chat. And we are live on YouTube and also on Facebook. Thank you, Corey, for setting up the tech on that. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our conversation today. The first thing we're going to talk about, Ken, it seems like you're involved in a lot of things and a lot of different initiatives, which is really exciting. And so can you tell us a little bit about what Project Love Coalition is, and maybe a follow-up on that, why you started the project in the first place?
Well, thank you for the gracious introduction. I truly appreciate that. And if we're experiencing any technical difficulties, please be patient and understanding. Not I don't have access to the best communication right now, but we're working it out over here. And first time I've ever did a live podcast at the wee hours of the AM morning. But yeah, we can make this work some type of way. Thank you again. But yes, my name is Kent Bay. I'm with Project Love Coalition, U.S. military veteran. Um, Principal of the Project Love Coalition, which is a veterans advocacy organization. We advocate on behalf of veterans and their families in the areas of housing, workforce development, and community building. Uh, we currently operate an urban farm in the Hill District neighborhood of the city of Pittsburgh, and we're trying to teach people how to sustainably grow healthy organic foods, fruits, vegetables, flowers, um, and just be mindful of the uh, stress that we put on the environment when we're not paying attention to the practices that we're engaged in the food growing. So part of that uh, effort is to raise awareness that uh, as food growers, we can also grow food sustainably as well as uh, um, how would I say have people learn about uh, 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 my mind is a little bit blank right now, but have them learn about sustainable agriculture.
Yeah, yeah, and this is, I think that this type of project goes pretty much hand in hand with understanding some of the root causes of climate change. And, sustainable agriculture is something that is really important to us here at Protect PT, and also to some of our other initiatives like Reimagine Turtle Creek Watershed and Airshed Communities. So tell me a little bit about why you started Project Love. What was what was it that made you take that action to start it? Because starting a business and a nonprofit's a business, right? Starting this is really difficult. So what made you take that action?
Um, During the Obama administration, uh, the mayors all across America had received a challenge from the White House to end veteran homelessness. Uh, as a veteran, meeting with a group of veterans and non-veterans, uh, we learned about that challenge, and we went to the mayor, the city of Pittsburgh at that time, and said that we'd like to help out and do our part to help you with the task of ending veteran homelessness. And we had no housing. We weren't a formal organized group, but we wanted to do something. We wanted to do our part and try to help out and just do a good thing. And from there, uh, we knew that it would serve us well by getting some structure, formally organizing, so that people can be able to see some of the things that we're doing uh, uh, more constructively, as well as find opportunities and how to join the effort of what we were doing and make something good happen.
And so did you find that, so it sounds like it was kind of a calling to you, that this you were given this challenge, and you rose to the occasion. And so that was then, right? And that was how many years ago did you start?
We started back in 2015,
Okay.
so we're here today and going strong and getting better. And yeah, we're very, very happy with the progress we're making. We have a lot of work to do, and we're always trying to create opportunities to uh, collaborate with other organizations and individuals that want to join the cause. And one of the things that we're striving to do is get more uh, BIPOC participation in the environmental justice uh, component there. We know that we're lacking, and we know that there needs to be some more voices involved at these tables in these rooms, and the effort to improve the environment. So uh, we definitely want to reach out to some folks and get them involved in this whole environmental justice, climate justice movement. So I can't. The
Oh,
audio dropped out,
I'm so sorry. I don't. So tell
and
me a little.
you were on a roll there. I didn't want to stop you.
Sorry about that. My audio did drop out. I apologize. So tell me a little bit about what we see on our screen here, and it seems like your Project Love initiative started as a way to help with veteran homelessness, but there's also now this additional climate justice lens on it. So it sounds like it grew into something, you know, really wonderful. And so tell me a little bit about what's in this picture, and tell me about maybe some of the milestones or things along the way that maybe helped you realize that you needed to pull in the climate lens, and that was something that you really wanted to do.
Mm. Yeah, in this picture here, uh, there's an awesome group of young ladies play on the soccer team and from Minnesota, and they were uh, touring and engaged in some competitions, and Pittsburgh was one of their stops, and they found out about the Project Love Coalition and what we're doing at the Peace and Friendship Farm, and they wanted to come out and just volunteer some of their time and reach out and connect with what we were doing at the Peace and Friendship Farm. So they stopped by and um, helped us do some maintenance at the Peace and Friendship Farm, and made some wonderful introductions. And I think on that day we made some awesome friends, and certainly invited them to come back if they were ever on the road again on tour and competition. And uh, they will certainly have some friends in Pittsburgh that they can link up with and do some wonderful things. So this is in the Hill District neighborhood of Pittsburgh, and we just want to serve as a beacon light to the people in the Hill District that um, we're doing some wonderful things, and that they don't need to be shy about staying in or staying away when it comes to getting involved in things that connect them with the environment. Um, they currently have uh, strong reluctance to get involved in a lot of things because of the resources that were taken away from the Hill District neighborhood, and caused the Hill District community to go into decline and reach the present state that it's in, which is uh, caused the people there to fail socially and economically. So they're very reluctant to get involved in a lot of things, and we hope to be able to let them know that some wonderful things are happening, and there's some awesome people out there that want to see some good things happen, and they're certainly there to help and connect, and uh, just want to raise awareness to about what's going on in the environment, and how everybody has a very important role into making the environment better. So um, with us being there um, and trying to get people to come out, we're looking for ideas and inspiration to get more people to come out. If we have to um, grow their favorite edibles, the things that they like, and uh, collard greens, okra, tomatoes, whatever we need to do, types of foods that we can grow that they can get involved in, and feel that they have some type of connection, some type of stake, some type of ownership in what's going on, instead of feeling helpless, as uh, though their community is targeted for gentrification, that they have a place there, they're not going to get pushed out, and it's okay for them to get involved and fall in love with the community again, and start taking care of it, and feeling as though that they do make a difference. So uh, by Project Love Coalition, inviting different people out, and uh, coming to the Peace and Friendship Farm, fellowshipping, getting involved and helping out, we kind of open those doors. Uh, so we're pretty proud about that, and we have a lot of work to do, and certainly what we're doing as far as food production is ongoing, because we have to deal with how we're going to feed the world, how we're going to feed the families, how we're going to stay healthy, and how we're going to do that sustainably, to where we're taking care of the environment, we're building up the environment, taking care of the earth, and improving the climate around us at all times. So we have a lot of work to do. We want to invite folks to come on out, do some workshops, do some presentations, do some activities that make people want to come out and hear what you got to say. Nobody wants to come out and just hear a bunch of words. They can hear that on crazy TV shows, but we have to find some creative ways to get folks out, and hopefully food is going to do the job.
That's amazing. I think you just answered like three of my questions.
Oh,
I was
ask them anyway.
I was going to ask you what food you grow, but it sounds like you kind of outlined that a little bit. And I was also going to ask, what are some ways that you get people out there? What kind of ways are you helping people to realize that investing in this initiative is investing in themselves and their neighborhood. So tell me, you mentioned workshops, right? So tell me a little bit about like what a typical workshop looks like.
Wow. Well, considering that we've never had one at this point in time, and we're certainly looking forward to the very first one and the many to follow thereafter. Uh, One of the things that we've done in preparation of that of the workshops that we
We're going to give Ken.
space and let folks know that uh, there's a platform here, and we're creating a staging area to let folks know that yeah, we're getting ready for the big production. So whatever that looks like, to make people um, be attracted to the space and to hear these important things that need to be discussed. So, we're gearing up for that. So yeah, we're very excited about that.
That's great. Yeah. So we're going to brainstorm right now what a workshop looks like and what we're going to do in our workshop. And so, Ken, I have a question here from our chat. So one of the cool things about doing this particular platform is we have questions come in real time. And so your video did cut out a little bit. I apologize for that. It sounds like the video was cutting in a little bit, but we have a really wonderful question here. What are the requirements to take part in the Project Love Coalition?
Yeah, just if anybody love to get involved in what we're doing, first thing I would suggest is just reach out by phone, and certainly by email. Email is always a great way to communicate with us. Connect with us there. We're always discussing something crazy, something wild, um, just to kind of keep things interesting, keep folks on their toes, and uh, attract them to what we're doing at the space that we have. So um, yeah, feel free to reach out and connect with some of our partners, and we love to establish relationship with everyone out there to try to do some good things in the community.
Great. You cut out a little bit there. You mentioned reach out, email, right? Is there an email
Yeah.
address? And did you say social media? Because it kind of cut out when you were talking about the different ways to reach out.
Yes, I did mention the email at info at plcpgh.org, as well as social media. We're on Facebook, mostly at Peace and Friendship Farm. And yeah, feel free to reach out. We Don't be discouraged if we're talking about something wacky and crazy. You know how social media can be, but we take everything with a grain of salt and just try to keep folks on in focus with what we represent and the values that we have. But we're not afraid of any crazy conversational topics. So we just try to keep focus on the food as well as or the food as that relates to agriculture, as well as environmental climate justice issues as it also relates to agriculture.
Nice. So it sounds like you're in the process of, building those workshops, and it sounds like you've already built some partnerships, and hopefully we can build some new partnerships here with you and the project you have going on right now. And it sounds like there are ways that people can reach out. I put the email here up on the screen for folks. And so also it's going to be in your comment section as well on the recording, and social media we went over. Okay, and then tell me a little bit about, so when with the work that you've already done in the community, what is some of the feedback that you've received so far on that work?
Oh, the feedback has been amazing thus far, and we truly appreciate that. It's very encouraging. Um, some of that feedback has been generated through uh, some wonderful folks that have paid attention to what we've been doing over here, and try to bring us more media attention, um, such as the um, Soul Pit Media with Donna Baxter Porcher over there, as well as Allegheny Front, um, uh, Tarina Hicks over there, who's also a veteran, and she also has a bakery that she where she makes these wonderful things for people to eat, all these delicious edibles. Um, and we also been featured in the American Legion publication, and yeah, we've been getting a lot of attention uh, for the things that we've been doing, and we just want to keep up the good work, and certainly the feedback that we received, and just the communication that we have engaged in from others has been very vital and very important to us moving forward and growing. So we love to hear from other people and have other people get involved as well.
And so, have you talked to the new mayor about your work? And if so, what has he said about supporting the project?
I have not spoke with the new mayor, who I've known when he was actually working for the mayor at the particular time, and wanted me to support him on his political aspirations, and but I guess we'll get around to that, and maybe we'll probably have some of our friends reach out and kind of make that uh, or instigate that conversation, and see what that's all about. We know that he's made the typical political or politician remarks, so we're going to see if those things are going to hold true, and how that's going to help with the environment, how that's going to help with agriculture, and improving the quality of life for everyone in the region.
Yeah, so Mayor Gainey, if you're listening, which you're probably not, but maybe somebody could forward this video to him, to
Yes.
to re-engage, it sounds like, in this project. And I'm like hearing some tweets happening in my head. Where
Awesome.
we could tweet the mayor and find out if he can start working with y'all again. Tell me, so we're going to go to the next slide. And tell me a little bit about how you got involved as a leader for the Climate Reality. And this is a picture of you at at a conference, Leadership Core Training. So tell me a little bit about how you got involved with that, and what maybe sparked your interest in doing that.
Yes. Well, I've always been concerned about the environment, um, and being a nature lover, and certainly truly appreciating the peace that nature in its natural state can 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 provide. So um, I was contacted by one of the uh, the regional directors for the Climate Reality Project, uh, who was in charge of this area. Uh, that includes Pennsylvania, and I have no idea how I was even contacted. So, but I'm public, so it's full transparency over here. Is it's nothing nothing hidden over here. I'm completely accessible. I'm one of the easiest persons to find in the city of Pittsburgh. If you say come to Pittsburgh, you're looking for me. Uh, I'm the easiest person to find in Pittsburgh. Everything I do is public. So um, it, I guess he had used his resources and found out that I probably was a good fit for the environmental movement that they have going on, and I responded favorably and said absolutely I would be interested in this cause right here, and which is very near and dear to me, and certainly a lot of my friends uh, who are also into the whole climate piece and has been for many years. One of my good friends, Danielle Crumrine, over there with the Tree Pittsburgh, and uh, me and her and quite a few other people when we were volunteers with AmeriCorps many years ago. Uh, we're still the same awesome group of people that care about the environment, care about people, and just want to stay doing good things. So I love it, and I want other people to also care about these very important things as well. So we want to get more folks involved with. And when I say folks, I'm talking about this term that they use in the industry called BIPOC, which I believe stands for Black, Indigenous, people of color. Um, Crazy terms, but we'll use it as a placeholder for now, um, and just try to get more participation uh, from these individuals to join the environmental justice movement. So that's one of the priorities that we have over here at Project Love Coalition, and is reaching out to people in the Hill District neighborhood of Pittsburgh, and just letting them know that they can make a difference as well.
Yeah, for sure. And so when people come to the farm, right? This is a picture of
Mm.
folks at the farm right now. Uh, and
Yeah.
it looks like you guys have 10 raised beds. So tell me a little bit about, if people come to the farm, what are they going to see?
Oh my goodness. Well, that's an awesome picture right there. That was some of the veterans over there from Duquesne Light, AVETs over there. They were awesome, and I just love hanging out with the veterans. And we just have a different culture. Once you've been in the military and that whole military life, and dealing with that, and it kind of rubs off. I truly appreciated being with those guys over there from Duquesne Light, and one of the other guys kneeling down in front with the dreads over there is Brother Masood over there. He's with Grounded Strategies, and he's been involved in the environmental uh, gardening piece for many years now, and truly appreciated him being there as well. But when folks link up and come and visit us at the Peace and Friendship Farm, certainly they're going to see more than 10 beds uh, where we originally started from. And they're going to see many beds, actually. And we're constantly trying to add more wherever space provides or allows. And we're looking to have 2 high tunnels, um, close to 90 raised beds. Uh, we have a ADA compliant entryway now. We should have that completed probably at about the first of April. If we can get some of our favorite volunteers from the University of Pittsburgh come on over, they usually some of the students usually take time out of their busy, hectic schedules at the institution and come on over and volunteer for a few hours and help us out in the spring. So we're certainly looking forward being kicked off, and we should have that completed, that walkway completed uh, in April. And then there's going to be some other things going on. So we want folks to, just pick a time and let us know when they're available to come on out and come out as individuals and come out as groups. Uh, Everybody's accommodated.
Nice. And these are a couple
And that's
months.
a picture.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
that's a picture of Demira Winstead over there. She's also a veteran, and that's one of the children from the community that came out to help out as well. So, uh, there's something to do for everybody. Always something to do. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Here's some more. Tell me. So it looks like we have corn, and what is this over here? Are these greens?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we have to have the some of the food favorites there, and we certainly got some collard greens growing there, and we experimented to see if we can get some corn growing, and the corn was growing pretty good. And yeah, we were very pleased and very happy because you're growing the things that people love to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that puts smiles on their faces, so automatically that puts smiles on ours. So in
Yeah.
the other picture there, you can see us standing or see me standing in front of the green space that we just built in September. And here we got a couple more of the young people there. Actually, the young man in the yellow shirt there, he's a tutor. He tutors children in the summertime. And I've made it perfectly clear to him that when they're taking breaks, they can come right on over to the Peace and Friendship Farm and just break up that monotony over there of just hitting those books, and put their hands in the soil and just kind of get grounded again. And the other pictures there is me and another veteran, Art Gals there. He's one of our great inspirations at Project Love Coalition. And we have Sister Diana over there. She's been very instrumental in helping us get everything started over here. So truly grateful for her and all the wonderful people that's been coming out.
So it sounds like no matter if you're young or old or a veteran or a community member, whoever you are, you can come and work in the gardens and probably learn quite a bit about gardening as well. I know some folks don't know anything about gardening. I struggle with,
Yeah.
with gardening, but it's always a learning process. So, what do you guys do with all the food that you grow? Do you give it to the community? Like, how do people go about getting the food that you guys grow?
Yeah, yeah. One of the things that we do is try to encourage folks that they're more than welcome to grow this food and, you know, take it home and enjoy a healthy meal and feed your family. Um, and whatever you have in access, you know, let's share it with the community. Um, Oftentimes we see folks passing by and they might inquire about some things, and uh, we, share what we have. And uh, one summer we had a group of people attend I believe it was a church revival at one of the neighborhood churches around where the Peace and Friendship Farm is located. And they were just driving past and they seen what we were doing over there, and their faces lit up and they get all smiley and everything. And because it was an opportunity for them to not only get out and kind of just do some outreach and fellowship about their whole revival and invite folks out to come out and enjoy their religious service, but also uh, many of them have agricultural backgrounds. Some even grew up on farms and lived in the countryside. So it was a wonderful opportunity for them to take a break from the big city life of Pittsburgh and connect with something that was near and dear to their hearts, which was growing foods and just farming. So it was a wonderful experience to have them stop by and connect and have some wonderful conversations. So we're always looking to have folks get involved and share ideas on how we can make things better.
Yeah, and it sounds like, there's a lot of folks that are interested in what you're doing, and maybe driving by. That's a great advertisement for what you're doing, especially in the growing season. Um, but we're gonna we have our initiative with the Reimagine Food Systems, which is kind of a similar program. It's a backyard garden program, so we're sometimes similar with working with in neighborhoods. We try to pick neighborhoods that are low income neighborhoods, and folks that are interested in having a small garden in their backyard, and teaching them how to grow food so they have a sustainable food source. And this is particularly important in places like what you were talking about in the Hill District, and places around Pittsburgh where, maybe these are food deserts, and there aren't as many resources or foods available, fresh, healthy, produce available for the residents of those neighborhoods. So it sounds like it's filling a need with the community. It's filling a need with the people that are involved, a need to serve the community, and to also be able to enjoy the food that you grow. So overall, I think it sounds like such an amazing project. And I want to invite you to, anytime you need help, we want to connect and we have volunteers that help out with our food systems, and we can definitely do those partnerships in the future. And but now I kind of want to switch gears, because this is something that's connected to what we've been talking about, right? The fighting veteran homelessness. But tell us a little bit about this initiative, and so kind of what you see for this housing collaborative that you started.
Yes. Um, yeah, our Green Sense Housing Collaborative and Agricultural Initiative basically is designed to create opportunities for veterans to get involved with agricultural industry or find some type of economic interest where they could learn how to be entrepreneurs or to learn a new uh, workforce job skill. After you get out of the military, if your job was repairing tanks, there's really not much opportunity once you leave the military environment. So we're looking for things that can offer opportunities for veterans to have economic opportunities, as well as put them in a situation where they can provide for themselves. So, uh, because we have the agricultural piece, it's hard to get someone interested in learning about farming, though their heart might be drawn to it. They're just not in a position to be able to connect with it because their environment is unstable or not permanent. So uh, with the initiative that the mayor had initially started, which we couldn't fulfill at that time, uh, we want to continue those efforts and uh, provide housing to those veterans and put them in a situation where, or an environment where they actually have a stable environment and they have a roof over their head, they have food, they have support services that keep them from being homeless or suffering from whatever they're dealing with. So, uh, with that happening there, what we proposed to the city was to uh, buy a couple small properties and create a resource facility that will not only house veterans, but also create an environment where they can learn about agriculture, learn about uh, things that are important to the community through guest speakers and what have you, and as well as growing food through an indoor vertical farming system on site. So, uh, we have a lot of expectations for this project, and we went over the details and certainly see how it could be um, very useful to the veterans, as well as to the neighborhood and the Hill District, which has been in economic and social decline. We've recently had some victories there, and um, certainly with the Hill District CDC doing some wonderful things there. But it's still not enough. It's so much has been lost that we're just in the process of just trying to find things that we can bring back to the area, to the Hill District, and make it flourish again. So this is part of what we want to contribute to that whole process and the revitalization of the economic corridor in the Hill District neighborhood of Pittsburgh.
And what do you need right now to make this vision come true? What do you need like right now? What could people do to help with this?
Yeah, that's a great question. Certainly, fundraising, and that is really not my forte there. And I'm terrible at it, but I'm good at talking about it. But I'm not good at making that happen. And there's so many wonderful people out there that has way more experience than me in fundraising. I'm a great inspirer, a great visionary, and my heart is in the right place. But as far as having the capability of raising these funds to make this a reality, to make it happen, it's going to require some uh, the help of some folks that know how to do this way better than me. So we're looking to connect with some folks out there, and I'm always asking uh, for folks if they, if they know how to write grants, if they know how to conduct fundraisers. Um, uh, could they help us do one on our behalf, show us how it's done, get us started, whatever it takes to, just get us moving in the right direction, to nudge us forward one step at a time. So we truly appreciate all the folks that show an interest, and certainly we would love to have them get involved, because the problem is bigger than an individual, is bigger than one organization. We're just talking about humanity now, and putting things right that have been made wrong.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say about fundraising because and needing to write grants and hold fundraisers and things like that. Because I can remember when we started Protect PT, I had never written a grant before. I had never held a fundraiser before. Um,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so when we were initially talking, well, I think it was like last week, we were initially talking about preparing for this broadcast today, and it sounded so similar to what, how we built Protect PT. And so there's this real, it sounds like this real grassroots component to it. And you know, it like so when you're talking about bringing things to the next level and really building up capital to make something like this a reality, I don't think people understand how difficult that can be. It's really hard. There are a lot of people out there that make it look super easy. um,
Yes,
and those people we hope are on our side, right, if they make it look
truly.
easy. But yeah, so I guess folks, if there are folks out there watching that want to help hold a fundraiser, want to help with any grant writing, it sounds like those are things that are needed. Have you connected with any like local foundations or anything like that to help bring this fundraising about? Is that something that is in your kind of playbook going forward?
Yes, we've knocked on a couple doors, and the doors that we have knocked on um, have been very encouraging. Um, Not that we would expect them to be discouraging, right? Um, but no, we walked away with a sense that uh, they knew that our project certainly had merit. It certainly was something that could be invested in, and we just needed to be put in. Project Love Coalition needs to just be put in a position to be able to move forward. We need to build some capacity and get that support so that we can tackle this big project. It's a big project, you know. It's
Yeah.
small enough for us. It's small enough. I like to tell people that, it's small enough for us to be able to do, right? But it's also big enough to send out the message and get the job done that we would like to get done.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that
yeah,
attitude because it's like it is not an insurmountable task to do it, but the overall impact. And I think that right there you just you made your pitch to any funder that might be listening. It sounds like it's going to have a huge impact on the community, and it's something that folks could consider investing in. But we kind of covered a little bit of like the challenges, right? Fundraising is a huge challenge for a nonprofit. I mean, let's face it, nonprofits are small businesses, and to start something from the ground up is really hard. You mentioned like
yes,
capacity, and I get that. I mean, capacity has always been a huge issue for us, and trying to fight get climate justice and social justice. I think it's really difficult. But we have on the screen here some, maybe some other challenges, if you want to talk about some other challenges that you've had along the way, and maybe how you've tried to tackle those challenges.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Well, certainly, when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, um, all uh, the momentum we had built up and uh, efforts we had going on, came to a halt, came to a standstill, and that threw some things out of whack. Obviously, we lost uh, some people through the COVID uh, situation, and you know now that we're at this point in 2023, we're rebounding from that, so we're trying to recover from that situation, as well as grow and continue to move forward. So basically, we're picking up where we left off, but in between all of that, I was diligently at work, and just reminding people that we're still here. We haven't went anywhere, and we're still dedicated or committed to the cause that we have voluntarily stepped up to be engaged in. So, helping veterans with housing, helping veterans with workforce development, helping veterans with community building. Um, Certainly, as that community building part is concerned, veterans bring a lot of value to any situation when they commit. So to be able to connect veterans with non-veterans and projects that do good things is a wonderful opportunity. It allows veterans to serve as mentors. It allows veterans to share a lot of life skill or life experience with folks, to let them know that uh, they have support of some folks that understand commitment. Because as veterans, once we took that oath to serve and protect the nation and put our lives on the line. Some of us made it back, some of us didn't make it back, and some that did make it back didn't come back the way they left. So, a lot of sacrifice goes into what it is that we do, and we're fully aware of the sacrifices that we committed to do. And um, some of us took that charge very nobly, and very seriously, very honorably, and we stand by that. So um, to all those, so I just want to shout out to all those veterans out there that that are very patriotic and very understanding, very humanitarian, and want to do good things in the world.
And what you just described there is some of our, we call them our core tenants at Protect BT, people that
Oh,
either work for our organization or people that volunteer for our organization or our board members. There's like really these core tenants that we have established, that we look for in those people. And really, like you mentioned some of these, and so I just want to kind of put those into words, and elevate that a little bit. Culture of service. That's one of the,
mm,
really meeting stakeholder needs and meeting the needs of the community. Relationship building. It sounds like that's something that you are doing. Building those partners, trusted partners. In your field. Also adaptability. I think that's a quality that veterans have to have, that folks that are serving in the military have to have, always changing, the way things are done, as you kind of have to roll with the punches, and when things, are when a new challenge comes around, you have to rise to that challenge. And I heard you kind of talk about that, and so it really reminded me of the core tenets that we set aside. And so I just wanted to point that out because I think that's really awesome. And
Yeah.
and I think you guys are really making a positive, making a positive move in the community, and it's really exciting to hear about and learn about for the first time, because we just met last week, and
Yeah.
before then I didn't know anything about the work that you're doing. So I'm super excited to have you on today, and to really tell the world, and tell everybody that's listening about about the initiatives that you have. And so if we go to the next slide, I want to make sure people know how they can get involved. And so they can join you, and if you feel like you have those core tenets, that you have those qualities to help out, or have the skills that Kent was talking about, you want to make sure you connect with him to really help do a lot of this work in the community, which it sounds like is just evolving and just growing. Pun intended, it's growing as a
Yeah, I heard you.
as initiative. It's
Nice.
it's growing as a climate initiative, as a initiative fighting homelessness, fighting food insecurity, and gentrification in the community. So this is like such a wonderful thing to highlight. The work that you've been doing, and I just want to give a shout out to you for doing that. Also, I have another thing up
Thank
on the
you.
screen. Can you talk about the event you have on April 29th? Oh, yeah, that's a great one. Thank you so much, Neighbors Group, for bringing that up. Can you tell us a little bit about the event you have coming up in April?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, it's not so much something that uh, I or Project Love Coalition is doing. It's just something that I and Project Love Coalition is participating in. It's the annual August Wilson Block Party, um, that's conducted by the August Wilson House in the Hill District. Um, Many people know August Wilson, the famous playwright. Um, is from the Hill District, and yeah, they have a block party celebrate his birthday. So they're having that on April 29th. Gardening, arts and craft, um, offering for the August Wilson Block Party. And so we're reaching out to folks that may have some experience, may have some knowledge in that. This will be the first time that we've ever participated in the August Wilson Block Party, as well as the first time we've ever done this type of activity for the children in gardening, arts, and crafts. So if anybody knows anything about that, we certainly would welcome them to participate with us on that day. Still working out some details. We don't know if there's any type of things that will be provided or what we have to bring, but just had the first conversation just yesterday, as a matter of fact. So still got some more conversations to have with them, and we're going to work out those details and see what's all involved with that, so that we can prepare for April 29th for the August Wilson Block Party.
Nice. So, all right. So, sounds like that's a date folks need to put on their calendar. And if you want to help plan that event, to contact Kent. And
Yeah.
so, Kent, I want to end our talk today by thanking you for coming on and sharing with us the work that you've been doing in the community. And if we go to the next slide, thank you for folks for tuning in today. We do have a survey, so if folks wouldn't mind filling out our survey, let us know other things that you want to talk about on the Lunch and Learn. We have this Lunch and Learn every month, on YouTube, live on YouTube and Facebook. So if there are other folks that you want to have come on and talk about the work that they're doing. And of course, if you want to go ahead to the next slide, next month, we are going to have for World Water Day. So it's going to be a different day than normal. Normally, this is on a Tuesday, but because of World Water Day, we moved it to March 22nd. So folks should join us on March 22nd. We're going to talk to Dr. John Stoles from Duquesne University, and he's going to talk about World Water Day and maybe some of the things that we've seen in our water. He actually helps to test some of the water for the different types of infrastructure that we work around in Allegheny and Westmoreland County. And so he's going to talk to us a little bit about that work and how we can really protect our most precious resource. One of our most precious resources is water, clean water, because we all need clean water to drink, and we need it to grow vegetables. We need it to bathe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so having clean water is really important. So we're going to be talking about that next month. And Ken, I want to thank you again for coming on today and joining us. This was such an inspirational discussion today, and I hope people feel the same way. I know I do. And thank you for getting up in the middle of the night there in Asia, joining us.
Oh my goodness.
It's really appreciated, and we're excited for what you have to in the future going on with your initiative. And any way we can help out, just let us know. Thank you so much for all your time and your work. Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness. I truly appreciate your kind words, and I hope the video quality turns out better than what I'm looking. I appear to be a blue man on the screen, so I don't want anybody to think. I just took a break from my show in Vegas, Las Vegas, somewhere with the Blue Man Group, and to come out and do this wonderful podcast with you. So it's wonderful.
Thank you so much for all your work, and hopefully we can talk to you again soon. And take care, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Bye.
Bye now. Thank you.